Joey, the news is out there. This Saturday will mark your final game of your elite netball career. How does it feel to have it confirmed and know the end is so near?
I think there's a sense of relief. Obviously, having played netball at the elite level for so long, you know this day will arrive, and I guess for it to arrive in my own terms and kind of where I want it to be is really special. And then obviously playing my last ever elite game at home in front of our home crowd in Sydney, I'm really looking forward to it.
When did you know this season would be the last season, and were there any contributing factors?
I think probably you assess yourself, your life, every kind of part of your situation as you, I guess, leave a pre-season and then enter into a new season each year. I definitely had some frank conversations with myself of how my body can pull up, and also, you know, with starting a family with Alex, it's really important that I'm able to close one chapter and open another, so it just felt right.
You had the chance to reflect a few weeks back when you celebrated your 200th National League game, but your career spans so much more than that achievement. What are you most proud of in what you've achieved?
I think probably one of the standout things that I'm most proud of is actually turning a hobby and turning kind of a schoolgirl enterprise into a career. On the other side of the world, I think sometimes I forget that, you know, I grew up in Harlow in Essex. I was just this young kid that loved throwing a ball around and loved playing netball. So to have made a career out of this game and to have forged, you know, a different path for myself than probably what most people would have seen me growing up as, that makes me super proud.
You probably hate to admit it, but you leave a legacy on the game and at this club that will be entrenched forever. But what do you want to be remembered for?
I want to be remembered for the annoying teammate that always wanted better for not only myself, but for everyone on the team. I always wanted to win. That has been instilled in me from a very young age by both my parents, but especially my dad. And I also want to be remembered for someone that really appreciated the game of netball. I put netball on a pedestal from a very young age, and I love all that it's about and all the people that come along with it.
People often reflect on the achievements that they make in terms of milestone matches, awards and that sort of thing, but what are some of your standout moments that maybe will leave a lasting memory from an off-court perspective?
I think some of the best moments have been off the court. Playing with my best friend in Serena Guthrie and starting a club alongside her, Julie Fitzgerald, Jamie Lee Price and a host of other people. Being the first to wear the Giants dress has been super special in my career. And I think it's probably, you know, the trips away with all of my different teammates, the coffee runs, the ocean dips on game day. Those are the things that not everyone sees all the time, but those are the things that create a strong culture and bring teams together. And I'd like to think I've been at the heart of most of those things.
You've seen the game evolve in so many ways over the past 2 decades. What's the biggest change that you've witnessed in netball, and where do you hope the sport goes in the years to come?
I think some of the biggest changes I've seen are that young kids have an elite pathway to enter almost straight out of school, and I think, you know, having the ability to make netball a career for yourself in, you know, some of the most populated sporting cities in the world is really special. And I think, you know, netball has grown. It's grown globally. It hasn't just grown within Australia and New Zealand. I think being part of that English team to win the 2018 Com Games helped propel the sport to new levels over in the UK. And I think if netball wants to continue to grow, it has to grow it at all levels, in all continents of the world. And I think we're definitely on an upwards trajectory there.
Retirement comes with change, it comes with the unknown, but what are some of the things you're going to miss most about being in the professional netball environment as a player?
I'll definitely miss waking up on a Monday morning and then realising that I love my job. I don't dread going into work. I've never dreaded a day in this job, which is a privilege that I know that not everyone gets to experience. I'll miss the off-court banter with the girls. I'll miss working together with different teammates, to try and beat, you know, some really spectacular opponents. I think part of what makes netball special is that aspect of becoming a family, striving for that one common goal. And I think to have that as your job and kind of a sole purpose of your career is super special.
And finally, what's next for Jo Harten? We know you have aspirations to remain in the game, potentially as a coach, but what's next for you?
I think what's next for me is to focus on my family, give myself time to step back, breathe, recalibrate, and then take a really measured approach into my next career move. As you said, I love the sport, but I also love being in elite environments. So I'd love to chase some leads in and around the sporting traps, because I know that my heart and my passion remains in sport, especially women's sport.
Well, Jo Harten, thank you so much for everything that you have given the game of netball, this club. You will be sorely missed, but we know you'll always remain close.
Thank you, and I'd just like to say thank you to all of the members and fans that have been a part of my journey across my career. Your support doesn't go unnoticed, and yeah, brings a smile to the dial.